thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
Hi guys, I hope you are very well. Faceless here. So 7 months ago, this video came out. This man is called JordanBPeterson, and he was actually being interviewed by a friend, not my best friend, but it is ironic for me to even say today that sometimes I now agree with Piers Morgan. Not on everything, a whole lot of things we don't agree on, but more and more we agree on a lot of things. So when this video came out, I did not know who Mr. Peterson was. I think I saw another channel reacting to this. Again, since I didn't know who this person was, I went and watched the whole interview. And since then, I've actually learned a lot about JordanBPeterson. I'm not even going to go in deep about, because there's so many things to say about this man who is a gentleman. As I say, I don't think these people are gurus. Most people who are like him are just reminders to most people about how to be decent. Because when the video came out, I actually thought this is another Andrew Tate or something like that. And again, people who want to like put men in front and women behind, and this was definitely what I thought before I watched this. But this is not even what actually shocked me. I think what shocked me is the face and the reaction he got. I believe that for every single, probably 90% of the planet, conscious people, not kids that still have the freedom to laugh and be happy about the sky, the grass, and everything. But most of us are just conscious about life today. Find life pretty difficult. Difficult for ourselves, difficult to react and interact with other people, difficult to not see a lot of things that you find crazy and you're not even supposed to talk about. And we're losing more freedom. We are not really happy people anymore. We survive on the planet on different scales or different areas. We survive in financially, we survive on our mental health, we survive being happy, we survive where in the space you live you have so many gun violence, rudeness. Everybody's somehow struggling about something. Not only him, I remember this video where they asked at some point Meghan Markle, yes, Piers Morgan's friend, how are you doing?
Yeah, well, I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
And she cracked, because most of us greet each other, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Well, and we pass, but we don't really ask each other, how are you doing? Are you okay? I think it's a question that we even get scared to ask ourselves, how am I today? Because if you go deep, you know you're not going to be really happy about it. And when I saw this, it touched me because I know what this face looks like. This face is the face that I can have if my thoughts goes deep. That's actually the face that made me made me go and look what exactly it is that was asked to this person for him to get there, because I know we can all get to this space. I was just surprised to find that this person, who is, I think, I'm not going to do a whole thing about him, he's a Canadian psychologist, author, and media commentator, who just goes around and wants to make sure that not only young men, because he actually says young men, but a lot of women today are actually just attracted to his mind, and try to find that ground to be the best versions of ourselves. With all the craziness going around, you have students beating up their teachers today. You have men that wants to be women and women that wants to be men, that people who just get up in the morning and decide that the name the mom and the dad gave them is now going to be a dead name. We can't even get respect for the people who actually brought us to this planet. And when we say it and we talk about it, we're bad people. We're not open-minded people. We manage to break people who are just trying to make sure that we have a generation, a next generation that can find themselves, can at least have the freedom to know what the normal or what was considered the normal way is. Even that today is actually something that some people are fighting. They don't want that norm anymore. If you don't want that norm for yourself, it's okay. But I think the beautiful thing, probably the only beautiful thing about life today, is that if you are free to be you, you should let somebody else be free to be them. I was so shocked when I saw this video because that face, this face, you get broken by yourself. When you look at the mirror, you're really not happy with yourself. But somebody asking you a simple question of, what do you think? Or how are you? And it can bring tears to your eyes. It usually means that it is heavy. I don't agree with everything JordanBPeterson talks about, but a good 85%. And I'm sure that if he and I ever gets to talk, I might change his mind on something. He might change my mind on some things. And some things we're not going to agree with, but we are still respectfully going to talk about it, because that's what life is about. Everybody can actually have different opinions about everything, but at least we have to be civil about it. We have to be respectful about it. We have to be human about it. And I just think that it was incredible to just see, especially with what I know now about this person. It is sad. The more people seem to want to bring the world to a nice place, to a decent place, to a respectful place, the more they get insulted for it. We like being in the cloud for bad things. Who's going to be the next OnlyFans model? The next Instagram model? The next person who's just buzzing for all the wrong reason? You see stars today, they barely wear anything. They wear to shock, always more shock. I still wonder why they wear clothes at this stage, because I think the most shocking thing you can do is to come naked. And why the hell don't you do that for us to just move on from this already? This is why I actually opened this channel. This channel is never going to be a hateful channel. Never. I'm going to speak about so many different things. It's going to be funny sometimes. It's going to be crazy sometimes. But I just think that it was good to be that boring and normal. We had dads that went to work, and sometimes if we were lucky enough for the dad having a good enough job that could pay for everything, your mom would stay at home. Or she would do something that didn't require her to be out for too long. I love working myself. I go out every day working. I love it. I love having the freedom to do that. I'm not saying that women should stay at home, but I do think that sometimes a lot of women today don't have a choice of that anymore. A lot of families don't have a choice of that anymore, because one salary isn't enough anymore. And over all of this stressful financial state, we now find ourselves always coming on the internet to just throw hate and share the hate towards each other, which is something that is crazy. I was actually shocked to know that Olivia White was the one actually that was behind this incel comparison, because she always looked to me like somebody who was pretty decent.
Making you emotional talking about it.
Well, God, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
When she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it? I saw the
Oh,
reaction.
by that time, that as far as...
I think that's what is absolutely insane today. It seems that most of us are lost. You cannot compete with Kim Kardashian, with all of these people, and all of us that is just the faceless one, ironically, you know, the population that is not in the public eye, in the normal ones that are not entertainers, that are not the basketball players, the singers, the actors, actresses. We're all looking up to actually trying to be them. It used to be these people dressed in a certain way at a certain time, and then after that, they would go back to the t-shirt and jeans, and now everybody on the streets wants to have the new designer things. But we're always trying to be more shiny. And you have women that wants, oh, we want a man that is like on top there. He has to make 500,000 a year. And I have to stay at home. But I don't have to take care of the house. He needs to be able to pay for a maid, somebody else to take the kids to school, somebody else to make sure that the homeworks are done, somebody else to pay, to cook the food. And you wonder, why are you there? You don't work, you don't take care of the kids, you don't take care of the house. What are you there for? And vice versa. You want a man that wants to make sure that the woman is snatched all day, and she can go to work and come back and cook you food, when you can go to work and come back at the same time and expect the food to be ready and the kids to be perfect. It is sad. It is really, really, really sad. It is sad as crazy. Especially now that we're like in this sort of recession within the family. It is sad all over, because you have to make sure that you keep your job. You have to make sure that people are happy. You have to make sure that you know how to react when the person that is around you is depressed, because most of us are like all semi-depressed somehow. You can't really afford to even go to the shrink, adding on all that. But it seems that we always have the time to go and be mean to the next person.
As critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, you know, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for a movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor, which then people completely misunderstood. I said I hope that, you know, that if I had to be played by someone, I think Chris Wilde, is that, he's a very good-looking man, and so that seems all right, you know. And then I said something like, I hope he gets my fashion style choice right when he plays me. And it was a joke. All that was a joke.
I mean, you've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word. And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. You know, give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
Do you believe you're a net force for good?
Net, yes. In all the details, probably not. You know, no one's perfect. So people make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
And that's the truth. But we really actually say to each other today that, wow, what a nice person you are. What a kind person you are. What a decent person you are. It's so easy to go on Twitter, on internet, on YouTube, to just find people that are nice. You know, I was so happy when I did the first video that actually went viral here. And I hated that video. actually mistakenly uploaded it, and I decided to leave it because I was like, one view is one view. I didn't know that it was going to pass like 3,000 views, and that video is boring. So thank you for everybody who actually went and watched that video to the end, because I was way worse at editing. I don't know when what people are going to watch it, but this to be hearing this, but it is like not well edited at all. And it was not the version that I wanted out there, but I decided to leave it. So this is one of the first comment that I received, and this person was like, this video would have been perfect if without all the silence. And I agreed. I completely agreed, and I was happy for the feedback. And again, this person actually answered, and somebody came around and say, I love the positive feedback. So many people being rude to new YouTubers over technical issues. Thank you for not being one of those. Kind of crazy how being decent is so rare these days that I'm thanking a random stranger on internet for leaving a positive feedback to another random stranger's video. And it is so true. It is so true. I think it was incredible because that was one of my first, you could hear it. I'm not proud at all of this video, especially because I've edited the last version and everything, and by mistake I've uploaded the one that wasn't edited, or that was not good at all, and people still took the time, some of them, to listen to it until the end. And everybody that listened to it until the end actually realized, okay, this person is new, they don't know what they're doing. And we are people, we are not perfect, we are humans. And I always told myself, the day I make a YouTube video, the day that I have a YouTube channel, this is what I'm doing. I have to talk about this. I'm going to talk about things that are crazy on this channel. I am going to talk about stuff that are nice, because life is not perfect. Life is a facade of so many things. Sunny days, rainy days, windy days, happy days, sad days, bitter days, best, annoying days. Everything is there. But our human behavior we have to make sure that the next person is alright. Not when it is so sad that we don't have a choice to be nice to each other, but every day. We do this for our kids. We uplift them. And we have to uplift everybody. It makes the world a super great place to live in. Anyway, sorry if the video was a little long. If you want to say something, write down there something. You know, some people were like, oh, I'm just going to go write something. I've always wanted to do that. Some people say, write something. And you just go and you type the word something. You're like, yeah, I did something right today. You can write something actually. Why not? So have a nice day. Put whatever you want down there. Subscribe if you wish to. Don't subscribe if you don't wish to. Put an unlike if you wish to. It's a free world. People are allowed to do whatever they want, but it's good when we're nice to each other. We don't even have to agree with somebody. We can just agree politely and just move on. So that was my thought of the day. Kept it for 7 months before I did the video, so why not? Take care of yourselves, your loved ones, and enjoy the rest of the day. Faceless here. Take care. Ciao.